Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's coverage of the Lake Central Indians girls basketball game against the rival Crown Point Bulldogs. I'm Giovanni Alcantar with play-by-play, and with me tonight is color commentator Bailey Corbett. Bailey, Lake Central is currently on a 5-game winning streak. What do you think they need to do to keep that up?
Well, Giovanni, I think that tonight Lake Central needs to continue to play strong on defense, because on this win streak, they've been great on defense, and that's what Coach John Huppenthal really likes to push this team to do. Coming into tonight, Crown Point knows that they cannot fall behind early because it will be very difficult to come back.
Well, tonight, Crown Point comes in with a record of 6-6, and they just came off a win against Highland this past Tuesday. What do you think is going to be the key for the team to try and come out of this rivalry game with the W?
I think Crown Point really, the player Crown Point really needs to step up is Maya Scheidt. On Tuesday, she scored 29 points against Highland. She's going to have to be aggressive against this Lake Central defense if she wants to put her team in a good position tonight.
All right, we will be back. Don't go anywhere. Lake Central Indians versus the Crown Point Bulldogs is coming up next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are almost underway here.
Tonight's game against the Lake Central Indians and the Crown Point Bulldogs is actually something they started, I believe, last year, known as Coaches versus Cancer Night. Basically, we have some collection tables out before you enter the gymnasium where you can donate any amount of money to help donate towards cancer funds. It's a great cause for two great teams that are looking to compete tonight.
Yes, it is. And the fans tonight really going all out for our fans in the student section. It's pretty much a pink out here. It's great to see that for such a great cause.
Definitely the support of the fans, and the students in particular, with this pink out tonight, it's definitely really enforcing the cause. Great to see.
All right, well, it's game time, ladies and gentlemen. That's number 32 for Lake Central, Rachel Robards, getting ready for the tip-off. And she'll be going up against the guard, Abby Studer, the sophomore. Lake Central wins the tip-off. Lauren Ledowski gets the ball started off here.
And Lauren Ledowski is actually the team's leader in points. She
Yes.
has just about 139 so far this season already. Pretty incredible output.
Rachel Robards takes a three, it's no good.
Robards, another one of the team's great shooters.
Taylor Time will take it up, back to number 10, Caitlin Phillips. Now it's number 23, Maya Scheidt.
And Maya Scheidt, of course, with that incredible game against Highland on Monday where she scored 29. Of course, as we said earlier, you got to expect a lot of her coming into this Lake Central court.
Yes.
Ready to pick
Number
up her
23
pace.
drives. Gives it to Caitlin Phillips, and steal by Ledowski. She's going to drive, puts up a layup, and it's good. Lake Central gets their first points of the game.
Ledowski is also the team's steal leader, and besides just being the leader of points per game. Great play on both ends from her.
Yes.
Really a great leader out there on the court.
As it's Caitlin Phillips with the ball, and she tries to keep it in. That's going to go to Lake Central.
Unforced error there by Crown Point.
Robots a rebound to Ledowski. As Ledowski taking it up. To number 3, Sarah Zabrecki, the sophomore. Really probably the best of this team's young players, and this is a very young team with a very bright future. Is number 44, Lauren Smolin.
Yeah, as you were pointing out, this team does have a lot of seniors, but it has a lot of very talented underclassmen as well that make the future for this team look very bright for Lake Central.
It's going to be great to see what another 2 years of going through the program does to them. And Ledowski taking it up. Tries, puts it up, no good. Smolin with the rebound. Tries to pass it out. Turnover.
Yeah, with Huppenthal coming in as his second year as coach, you know, he won sectional last year. I feel like definitely he's ready to take this team further. And with these very talented young players that he's got coming up, I feel like they definitely do have a chance to go even further than sectionals, whether it be this year or next year.
First one. Good. And a bad inbound.
Bad inbound.
Tara, she'll put it up. No good. Lake Central gets it back. No, Crown Point takes it back.
Really aggressive play from Crown Point very early.
She puts up a three. It's no good.
And gets her own rebound.
It's going to be a foul.
Yeah, that's what Crown Point has to do. You know, they have to come in very fast, very aggressive, because this Lake Central defense is unforgiving.
It'll be
especially
Caitlin
here at home.
And Caitlin Phillips here to rebound. She'll give it to Abby Stewart. She nearly turns it over there, and it's going to go out on Lake Central, so it'll be Crown Point's ball.
Even though Crown Point is playing aggressive, they are playing very sloppy. We've seen a couple very loose balls and turnovers early in this game. You got to hope that that's not indicative of what's to come for them.
Here we go. Maya Scheit takes it up, going up against Ladowski. Two of the team's best players. We'll see how they match up against each other. It's the number 11 inside, and it's blocked by Zabrecki.
Incredible block there.
Now, what a block from Zabrecki there.
Definitely.
She gets it back. She'll drive, she'll put it up, and it's good.
This Lake Central team there, they look like they're ready to play. Very good defense turning into very good offense.
As we were talking about in the pregame, Huppenthal, that's what he preaches, strong defense. Caitlin Phillips to Maya Scheit for three. It's no good. Taylor Tino with the rebound. Open three. No good.
Ooh, air.
And that one will go to Crown Point. Back to Crown Point.
Interesting to see here. Van Deal is actually the leading scorer on this Crown Point team, but I have not really seen her produce too much on offense. It's mainly been Maya Scheit, probably coming in hot from that last game.
She has to be feeling confident, as
of course.
Eli Van Deal will inbound it, and she'll give it to Phillips. She drives, and it's blocked by Zabrecki again.
Wow. Zabrecki looks like she's
having a strong defensive performance here tonight thus far.
Two great blocks in a row. Incredible interior defense by Lake Central already.
She plays both ends, and she plays both of them hard. It's a title. Takes it out, going against Zabrecki. Back to Maya Scheit. Looking for her to start producing. She puts up a three. That's no good. She gets the rebound. That's no good. She'll come to the line.
It's interesting to see
for a free throw.
Crown Point looks very reliant on that three-point shot. Definitely a lot more threes taken than twos. Interesting to see how Lake Central will adapt to that.
Here we go. Taylor Tino will come to the line. First one's good. Right off the backboard. Some subs come in for Lake Central. Taylor Jaksich will come in, the sophomore. She's coming out for Zabrecki. She puts up second one. It's no good.
Interesting to see Huppenthal take out Zabrecki after she looked like she was completely locked in on defense. Interesting to see what he's looking for out of his players on the court right now.
To Kirkwood. Ladowski.
Kirkwood, known for her absolutely unstoppable floater once she gets into the paint. I have to imagine she's gonna try to find that every time she's up there on the court.
And it's Smolin who gets fouled. Smolin is the team's leading rebounder, and she just dominates the boards for this Lake Central team.
Absolutely. She's not exceptionally tall by any means, but
brilliant rebounder.
She definitely knows how to go up there and grab the rebounds.
She'll go up with her first free throw. That's no good. As Cheyenne Mathis comes into the game, replacing number 22, Tyler Kirkwood. Smolin, second free throw. It's no good. But Roberts with the rebound, no good. And Crown Point gets it back. Crown Point will take it up. Phillips for three, and it goes in. And Crown Point now has the lead.
There you go. It's that fast-paced offense that Crown Point needs to enforce to try to exploit a very slow-paced Lake Central defense.
Ladowski to Mathis. She puts up a three. It's no good. Smolin with the rebound. Ladowski drives, and she gets fouled on the way up. And she'll come to the line for free throws.
Smolin again with that rebound, showing that that's where she likes to be.
come to the line to shoot 2 free throws here. First one is no good.
Yeah, Ledowski, a 70% free throw shooter. Very consistent.
Gets the second one.
Especially at this high school level. That's
I'm about to tie it all. And it's a turnover. Smolin gets it to Mathis. She passes out to Robarts for 3, and she puts it in.
Defense turning into offense. That's what Lake Central likes to do the most.
Lake Central now pressing this Crown Point team. It helps them another turnover. And they get back. Robarts with the steal, and looks like it's going to be a foul on Crown Point.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
And Rachel Robarts will come off the court for Albriana Gibbs, the senior.
Crown Point already has 3 team fouls. Lake Central only needs to get that number up to 7 to enter the 1-and-1 bonus, which does last the whole half.
And Ledowski has on the outside. Back to Jaksic. To Mathis. To Gibbs. And Crown Point Lake Central turns it over.
Bad pass there.
Phillips driving to the basket, passes it out.
Again, sloppy play by Crown Point. Almost got another turnover for Lake Central.
It's Van Deel. Passes out to Phillips. Van Deel. Pump fakes. Scheit. Trying to get something going. Back to Phillips. Scheit for 3. That's good.
Ooh. Deep and contested. That was an impressive shot by Maya
Scheit. To Smolin. Nearly turned over by Lake Central.
Yeah, that's something we've seen a lot.
Ledowski on the outside trying to calm things down for him. To Mathis.
It looks like Lake Central's just trying to rush things right now.
To Gibbs, to Ledowski.
Not really what they're good at.
Mullen on the outside. Gibbs gives it back to Ledowski. Lake Central trying to find something here on offense.
It looks like they're trying to move around the perimeter, maybe looking for that 3-point shot.
It's Ledowski on the outside. Back to Mathis and trying to find something on the perimeter, and it's going to be a foul on Crown Point.
No, if I were one of the players for Lake Central, I would definitely be trying to find Ledowski there if you're looking for that 3. Shooting a very solid 44% on the year. Or even Rachel Robards, who's shooting just about 37%.
As Smolin comes off right now. To Mathis. Mathis puts it up, and it's no good.
Huppenthal does not look happy after that inbound play.
Phillips drives, puts up a shot. No good. Robards with the rebound, fighting, and it's going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, looks like it's staying here with Crown Point.
Jump ball, possession area with Crown Point.
Santiago will inbound. And it's not a safe pass there.
Definitely not. But it does allow them to set up.
Santiago on the outside. Drives, puts up a shot. No good. Gibbs with the rebound. And that one's going to go back to Crown Point. 19 seconds left to play in this first quarter.
Wow. That's something. This score may be tied, but not exactly for the reasons either of these teams would have wanted. Very sloppy play on both ends for Crown Point and Lake Central.
Here we go. It'll be Scheit to take it up. Here we go. And tries to put it up. And looks like this one's going to come back for Crown Point.
Yeah, looks like it just bumped off the back of one of the Lake Central players.
And you have 6 seconds here. Try to get maybe 1 or 2 passes in, try to get a decent shot here. And nope, it's going to go to
That's
Ledowski.
not at all what you want if you're Crown Point.
See what she can do with it? And she lays it in.
Wow.
And the quarter ends on that. What a great first quarter of basketball.
Definitely. Very aggressive, very slow. But definitely lots of hustle out there from all the players. I'd like to see Crown Point try to look for some better shots, though. Seems like they're definitely trying to force some things.
And to definitely get a little less sloppier with the ball.
That's a problem on both teams. Turnovers have been a big issue already in just this first quarter. You got to think those are 2 major things that these coaches are talking to their players about in these huddles before we start the second half here.
And there's really nothing to be discouraged about at all.
No, definitely not. This game is right. I mean, this game's still neck and neck. You know, you might have started off this game slower than you wanted to, maybe a little more sloppy, but there's a lot more time, and this game is still right there, ready for anyone to take over.
Yep. It's just important not to let the game slip away from you.
And that's where you look at a player like Maya Scheid on Crown Point. Definitely shown she's able to take over these games.
And to start off the second quarter, Madison Dolsky, sophomore point guard, will come in. As it'll be Rachel Warburst to start the second quarter, will inbound it.
Dolsky, statistically, doesn't really look like much at first, but what she provides this team with just her ability to pass the ball, move it around, you know, it just can't show up on the stat sheet.
Mathis for 3. No good. And it's Robarts. That's going to be a jump ball. It'll come back to, like, it'll go to Crown Point, actually.
Yeah.
Here we go. Phillips will take it up.
Looks
They'll
like
go to Scheit.
Like Central's trying to press
Back
there.
to Phillips.
Maybe trying to force more turnovers.
And they do.
There
Cheyenne
it is.
Mathis with the steal.
Lake Central's
Dolsky.
defense is absolutely something you do not want to mess with, especially if you're playing as sloppy as Crown Point is.
Yep. Mathis to Dolsky. Gives it back to Robarts. She goes to Smolin. Smolin trying to pass it out to Ledowski. Or excuse me, Mathis. And she puts up a 3. And it's good.
Beautiful shot there. Beautiful passing by Lake Central.
Great shot by Taylor Jack. Sits the sophomore. As Scheit will take it up. Crown Point now down 5. And another turnover. Dolsky ends up with the ball.
The way Crown Point's playing right now, you got to think Lake Central is in prime position to take this game over. Especially
That's on the outside of Jack Sits. Dolsky. To Mathis. Robarts on the outside. Dolsky takes a 3, and she hits it. Crown Point calls a timeout. Really just got to regroup right now. Not the start you wanted to this first quarter, just sloppy basketball on both ends of the floor.
I mean, a 6-0 run by the other team is definitely not how you'd want to start off this quarter. They got to figure out that turnover issue. It's starting to become a major concern, I would think, for Crown Point.
You do have to figure that out, but at the same time, you can't get discouraged. You still got almost 3 quarters of basketball left to play.
Of course.
Got to keep your head up.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's still plenty of time. Crown Point, they just need to get their heads in the game. They look a little lost out there, but if they can get things figured out, figure out how to keep control of the ball more, definitely see them having the ability to catch up to Lake Central.
They come out of the timeout here. Let's see how Crown Point responds to the 6-0 run that Lake Central has gone on. As Lake Central is going to stick with the same group of players they had out there before.
I mean, they got off to a fast start. Makes sense to me.
Here we go. It's Phillips to take it up. Here for Lake Central, you got to stay aggressive on defense.
Yeah, that is, you know, their primary focal point here is their defense. You know, they're not known for their offense by any means, but their defense is absolutely incredible, and they need to keep that going.
Here it's Shite on the outside against Cheyenne Mathis.
Again,
Passes the title.
interesting to me, Van Deel has not really done anything on offense, despite averaging just about 10 points per game, the most for Crown Point. I feel like if you're Crown Point, you definitely have to get her going, as well as Maya Shite, your two best offensive players.
They're going Shite on the outside. Lake Central double teaming her.
Yeah, Lake Central looks very aggressive on defense.
And she puts it up, no good. And Crown Point had it for a second. And it'll go to Lake Central.
Very interesting to see Huppenthal going with a double team defense. You know, they're not down by any means, but they're definitely trying to just force more of those errors that Crown Point looks very keen on doing early in this game.
Well, you certainly can't take your foot off the gas and let Crown Point even this game up again. Here we go, Ladowski driving, coming back into this game. It's Gibbs. To Jaksic. To Ladowski, and it's a turnover for Lake Central.
Yeah, same advice that we had for Crown Point. You know, you can't let turnovers get to you. You know, it's early in the game. You just got to keep your head up.
Here it's Shy on the outside. To title. Back to Phillips. Phillips puts up a shot. It's blocked. And Smolin couldn't find the ball for a second, and it's going to be a foul on Lake Central.
I don't know about that call. Smolin seemed to be straight up. Didn't really initiate any contact there, but the refs say it's a shooting foul, and Crown Point will head to the line.
Well, it's going to be Abby Studer to come to the line.
Student section's getting loud, trying to force a miss, but they couldn't get it there.
You got to love the energy these fans have for these teams.
I think the student section really can be a key thing here for Lake Central at home. Definitely lots of energy, very loud.
And she makes both of them.
Can definitely get into another team's head. Important part for any Lake Central basketball team.
As here we go, Ladowski taking it up to Gibbs. That's Richard Warwolves on the outside. Trying to drive back to Ladowski. Ladowski now drives to the basket. She puts up a layup, and it's no good. And Scheidt will take it up. And she puts it up, and it's good. Lake Central trying to play fast. Ladowski had room, and it's blocked. Lake Central will keep it, but you definitely would have liked to take advantage of that fast break right there.
Definitely. Fast breaks are a crucial part of any basketball game, and you can't really give them up by taking ill-informed shots like that.
Well, Ladowski's going to inbound it here. It looks like it's a violation on Lake Central right there.
Mistakes that you just cannot have, especially when you're just trying to get free points.
It looked like Ladowski was very frustrated about that.
And, you know, it's reasonable. Just didn't have their head in the game at that moment.
Well, it's Scheidt on the outside. Back to number 22, Alien Santiago. She drives. It's no good. Gets the rebound and no good, but Crown Point will come to the line once again.
This game has definitely been a battle of the defenses. I mean, Lake Central scores just around 49 points per game. Crown Point averaging just about 51. And I mean, we're already at 18 to 14. Definitely not an offensive game we're witnessing here. Both teams well below their pace.
And Studer makes another free throw. We were talking about the student section earlier. Definitely not letting the student section mess with her at all.
No, she's got her head locked in the game. Not going to let anyone.
Oh,
right,
she misses, and
right
it's going to go to Lake Central.
She misses.
Central got lucky there.
Definitely.
As Jaksic will rebound it or inbound it, and she'll give it to.
Ooh, bad pass.
Scheidt for three, and it's no good. Lake Central just let it go out.
player Lake Central really needs to get going right now on offense is Kirkwood. Definitely not a three-point shooter, but she can get any shot she wants in that mid-range area. So if they want to start producing more on offense, I think you have to get either her or Ledowski going. Ledowski, of course, known for a three-point play.
She puts up a 3 jack stitch, and it's no good. Gibbs gets it back to Robarts. Ledowski on the outside. Back to jack stitch to get, Kirkwood, number 22. Robarts drives, and she gets fouled on the way up, so she'll come to the line.
Any way to get points, get some offense going. Because right now, ever since that timeout Crown Point took early in this quarter after the 6-0 Lake Central run, they've not been able to put any points besides that one right there.
Here we go. She's about to take her second free throw. It's up. That's good. 2-2. And subs coming on for Crown Point and Lake Central here.
Yeah, both teams really looking for someone to get going. As again,
Richard Robards will come off for Lake Central. Ed Santiago, who gets it, drives, and she's fouled on the way up, and she will come to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Looks like the only offense either team is getting is these free throw shots.
Well, you have to make these. They're called free throws for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Very gritty play, leading to lots of fouls.
And this one's no good by Elena Santiago.
And with that foul, actually, Crown Point has just entered the 1-and-1 bonus.
Second free throw is no good. And they almost got it back. Gibbs. And they're going to give it to Lake Central here.
It looked like a kickball.
It'll be Kirkwood to inbound it. To Ledowski, and a foul called on Crown Point.
I don't really see why she fouled there. No real need. Again, just looks like Crown Point's head just isn't in the game right now. Doesn't really show that on the scoreboard though, so they're only down 5.
So you really can't get too discouraged by it right now. And
No.
Ledowski has it, gives it to Robarts. To Ledowski. To Kirkwood. Back to Gibbs. Robarts. Ledowski gets a good look. No good.
Yeah.
But it's Gibbs with the rebound. Gives it to 14 Cheyenne Mathis. Ledowski now has it.
Yeah, with Crown Point, the conversation has been sloppy play all night. But it really hasn't made that much of a difference because Lake Central just doesn't seem like they can produce anything on offense. Very long, drawn-out possessions.
She puts up a 3, and it's no good.
With
Robarts gets
like
it back. And it will be a foul on Lake Central. Crown Point will get back. The foul was on Cheyenne Mathis.
Yeah, most of these, and that'll send Crown Point to the line actually, but yeah, most of these possessions Lake Central has just ends up with a shot banging off the rim. You can imagine Huppenthal is not happy about that by any means.
And Abby Studer will come to the line. This will be her 5th free throw of the night. She'll take 2 here. She puts it up. She only took 1. And it's Ledowski who gets it back here.
Yeah, with the 1-and-1 bonus, if she makes the first one, she's allowed to take a second one. But of course, if she misses that first one, the ball goes to whoever rebounds it.
Outside, she takes a 3, and it's no good. Here we go. Scheit will take it up, and we're really looking for her to produce.
Her and Van Deel.
And Santiago puts it up, and no good.
Number 11 there with the ball now.
And she gets it.
There you go.
Chance for an and 1 here.
Yeah, very quiet all night. Crown Point's leading scorer. student section's getting a workout with all these free throws tonight.
Ellie Van Deel will come to the line for her first time tonight, and she gets it.
So she'll get one more since she made that first one.
Chance to make it a 1-point game.
Or I guess not.
Here we go. Kirkwood takes it up. Zladowski gets into Gibbs.
Oh, would have been a great look if she could hold on to that ball. Pass was a little
Back to
too
Kirkwood.
hard.
Zladowski. Gets it to roll boards. She puts it up, and it is good. Kirkwood.
Exactly what I was talking about earlier. Kirkwood and her floaters. Absolutely unstoppable. I feel like Lake Central really just needs to start feeding her the ball more. She can become the offensive presence that this team needs.
And it's stolen by number 14, Cheyenne Mathis.
Kirkwood open.
To Kirkwood, and she puts it in. 24-18 with just 50 seconds left to play here in this second quarter.
Yeah, Kirkwood's getting on a roll, but it might be too little too late as the quarter, half is about to end.
She puts up a 3, and it's no good. Robarts with the rebound. Fights with number 11, Ellie Van Deel, and the ball will go to Crown Point.
Smart play there by Van Deel to get the ball back.
Here we go, number 23, Ramon Santiago to inbound. Excuse me, Maya Scheidt inbounded that, and Caitlin Phillips gives it to her for 3, and Lake Central fouls.
Bad foul.
And Ladowski didn't think she fouled her at all.
I couldn't really tell from up here, but that's still 3 free throws since the refs called it.
My eye saw that she fouled her.
I'll take your word on it, Javon.
I think she was just frustrated with herself for that.
Yeah.
Her first free throw is no good. Again, she's going to take 3 free throws. Maya Scheidt. She gets it.
You got to think it would have been nice for Crown Point to get all 3 of these, but I think they'll settle for 2 if she can make this next one.
And Taylor Jacksich will come off for Lake Central. 28 seconds left to go in this first half. She'll put up her 3rd free throw, and that one is no good. She goes 1 of 3. And Lake Central, let's see if they try and keep it for the last second shot.
Got someone right?
Well, if you get a good look, you have to take it.
Yeah, but
And it's good.
able to convert the 2. I thought she had plenty of room to work there on the 3-point, but she scores regardless.
And Scheidt will take it up. Gives it to Van Deel, and it's no good. See if Lake Central get a shot off. They'll choose not to. And that is the half. 26-19. Lake Central leads. We will be back after a short break.
3 French fry to meatheads. First up, Brock Bevel. Next, Jake Dykstra. He's got the special gloves. They made his lucky night. All right, next up, we have Ladowski. Do you want to borrow the glove? You better make it. That's how you follow it. Next up, Katie Rositsky. And our last contestant, Joe Anya. Anaya. Jake Dykstra, please come back up to center court. We'll be doing this again at the boys' game on January 26th.
Welcome back to tonight's coverage of girls basketball. Second half is about to start here. Lake Central has a 26-19 lead, as it will be Kirkwood to inbound it. She gives it to Ladowski to start off, to Zabrecki, to Robarts. Back to Zabrecki, to Ladowski, to Kirkwood. Robarts on the outside to Ladowski. Now to Kirkwood. Smolin on the inside. Tries putting up a shot, and she's fouled on the way up. So it'll be Smolin to come to the line. She'll shoot free throws here. First one up, no good. Smolin not too happy with herself after missing that one. There goes Smolin. Second attempt. This one's money. As Crown Point really has to regroup in the second half, stop playing sloppy, and also keep their heads up, because right now they're only down 8, and really it's just the most important thing is to keep your head up and not get discouraged and to just keep playing hard. And Ladowski gets the steal, and she puts it up, and it's good. So here we go, Scheidt to take it up for Crown Point.
You got to hope Crown Point can really fix that turnover situation that was plaguing them in the first half.
Well, they find themselves down 10. And turnovers now are really going to come back to bite them if they do not get it together here in this second half.
And for Lake Central, you know, they really got to start producing more on offense. You see a lot of missed opportunities there in the first half that they got to work on.
Here we go, Scheidt trying to pass it, and it's off Lake Central, and they'll get it back. Inbound to Phillips. She puts it up, and Lake Central get the ball back. Looks like.
Interesting. I don't know what the call on that one was. Probably a travel or something like that.
One thing about this Crown Point team is that they are a very young team. They only have one senior, and that is Taylor Didnall.
Yeah, kind of the opposite of Lake Central. You know, they have plenty of seniors, but again, like we said earlier, lots of young talent that is ready to take over this team.
5 seniors on this team. Excuse me, 6.
And they've got some age.
It's great to have that experience, especially at the varsity level.
Especially for those young players, you know, lots of teaching and guidance that these older seniors can give to these young
Kirkwood gets
players.
a good look at it, and it's in and out. Smolin gets the rebound, back to Kirkwood. And it's going to be a foul on Lake Central.
Yeah, even though there was a foul, you gotta admire Smolin and her intensity on getting those rebounds. You know, offensive rebounds not easy to come by.
And she's just really dominant on the backboard, getting rebounds all the time.
Doesn't waste a single possession.
Here we go, Ladowski. Going up against Ladowski. And it's going to be a turnover for Crown Point again. Those turnovers are really going to start piling up as we move down the stretch of this game.
They need, you know, early in the first quarter we said, you know, you got to stay encouraged. You know, you still got plenty of time left, but.
Zabrecki for 3, and it's in and out. Kirkwood, she puts it in, gives Lake Central a 12-point lead, and Crown Point will call a timeout just 2 minutes and 30 seconds in. What do you even say right now in that huddle if you're Crown Point?
I mean, you have to say that we need to get control of that ball. The turnovers are starting to become a major issue, taking away plenty of offensive possessions. I think that should be the focal point there in the huddle for Crown Point. Down on the other side, if you're Lake Central, you know, you're up by 12. But you really got to start capitalizing on those mistakes of Crown Point and getting some good offensive possessions yourself.
Yes. Right now at halftime, we had a great halftime show. We had 4 people who tried to come up and hit a half-court shot, and one of them actually made it.
Yeah.
It was great. It was great to see.
One of the members of the student section, Jake Dykstra, actually put on a special glove and was able to make the half-court shot.
And if I'm being honest, I saw it. I was like, there's no way anyone's going to make the shot. And
yeah, same thoughts here. I did not think anyone would be able to hit that. But gets the most out of it, gets a whole year of free food.
You can't argue with that.
Not at all. I'll take that any day.
So it'll be the same 5 right now for Lake Central.
Yeah. It'll be, I really hope that Crown Point can take whatever it is they went over in that huddle there during that timeout to really fix all the issues and all the holes in their game. Because right now they are not looking like they want to win this game at all.
And travel on Crown Point.
Unforced turnover.
Really just a silly mistake there by Crown Point.
Yeah, no need for that to happen. Just a lack of focus by them. That you really don't want to see if you're the coach.
Here we go, Ladowski drives, she puts it up, and it is good.
There you go, exactly what I was saying. Like Central needs to talk during that huddle, making the most out of those offensive possessions. Right there, that was a good example of doing it.
And Crown Point keeps turning the ball over, and now Lake Central is starting to run away with this game. They now have a 14-point lead, and that's going to be a foul on Lake Central.
Getting foul number 32, Rachel Robart, her third.
Yeah, I mean, Lake Central going up 14. The turnover still being an issue. If you're at Crown Point, you got to get that sense of urgency that this game will quickly slip away from you if you don't fix something now.
As Rachel Robards will come out for Lake Central. It'll be number 12, Gibbs coming in. Albriana Gibbs. Puts it inside, and it's good.
There you go.
Crown Point finally stops the bleeding. Kirkwood open, and she hits it.
Now they got a good offensive possession, but then couldn't come back on defense. Like Crown Point just needs to get their head in the game.
Here we go, it's Phillips. And she takes a 3, and it's no good. Smolin with the rebound, and she travels.
Can't really blame that on her. She did trip over her own teammate. A silly mistake, but.
And Sarah Zabrecki will come out. Cheyenne Mathis, the senior, will come into the game. And another turnover for the Crown Point Bulldogs.
I mean, I'm at a loss for words. I don't know how many times we can really say it, that this is just going to kill them completely.
And it is right now. Here we go, Ladowski to Mathis. Kirkwood to Gibbs. Back to Ladowski. Kirkwood now. Gives inside to Ladowski. No good.
Great pass by Kirkwood. Ladowski just couldn't capitalize.
Could have put Lake Central up by 16.
Almost.
She takes a 3. No good.
Interesting to see. Crown Point almost had another turnover, trying to bring the ball up the court.
Van Deel misses. And it is Gibbs taking it up, gives it to Ladowski. Smolin. Back to Gibbs. To Kirkwood. Trying to find someone inside. Goes back outside to Ladowski.
And if I were Lake Central, you know, you have the advantage here. And
that one's going to come back to Crown Point.
Very poorly, but.
Or excuse me, Lake Central.
Yeah, Lake Central has the advantage here. They don't need to start trying to force anything, try and take, end up with bad shots. You're up 16, no shot clock. You can take as much time as you need to find what you want.
Here we go, Ladowski to Zabrecki. Zabrecki on the outside, trying to look for Smolin inside. Smolin puts up a shot, and a foul called. Almost got the and one.
That appears to be the big difference between Crown Point and Lake Central now. Lake Central has adjusted and fixed the holes in their offense, while Crown Point just hasn't performed the way they should. Especially a 50-point per game team like they are. They're just being outmatched.
She makes her first free throw here. As Masandolski will come in for this, will come in for Ladowski. And the two future guards for Lake Central in right now, Sarah Zabrecki and Masandolski, as Gibbs gets the offensive rebound. She gives it to Dolski. Zabrecki on the outside. Back to Dolski. It's actually to Zabrecki.
We saw Zabrecki very early in the game with those back-to-back blocks. You got to hope she can produce more like that on the defensive end, especially as she is one of the future guards, as you said, for this team. A defensive player like that, very impressive.
Lake Central now up 15 with 2:07 to go in this third quarter. Gibbs will inbound this. Lake Central trying to take at least a 17-point lead here on this possession.
And again, Lake Central does not need to force anything up. Just take your time, run down as much clock as you want, because you have this game in control now.
Here we go, Zabrecki outside, back to Dolski. Lake Central really trying to play the perimeter and take smart shots. Zabrecki gonna drive, she puts it up, she's fouled on the way up. And she'll come to the line for free throws.
Seems to be a very effective offensive approach that they're working with now. You know, they try to get that good look on the perimeter. Then when they don't find it, you know, a simple pump fake, and they drive in, draw that foul.
Here we go, Zabrecki. He's gonna shoot 2 free throws here. First one is good.
Yeah. Interesting to see Zabrecki is actually one of the team's best offensive players, averaging just a little bit over 6.5 points per game.
At the beginning of the game, we were talking about how bright of a future she has. She started since her freshman year. It's going to be great to see what she develops into her junior and her senior year here at Lake Central.
I mean, definitely. She's already showing signs of great interior defense as well as perimeter. She's able to guard her people well, and she's able to score the ball and get to the basket easily. Definitely a very important player for Lake Central to come.
Puts up a 3, and this one way off. This one's gonna come back to Crown Point. Well, when you get open looks like that, especially in a game like this when you're down 17, I mean, you gotta make them.
You gotta make them. You gotta capitalize. If you're that wide open, you have to take the most out of it and take advantage of that situation.
Phillips just trying to get this offense going here. Drives, that's no good. And Zabrecki gets it to Mathis. Zabrecki gonna take it up.
You know, we've been talking about the turnovers by Crown Point, and you have to credit some of that to just the way Lake Central plays defense. They're aggressive, they get after you. And you know, with Crown Point only having 21 near the end of the third quarter here, you just gotta look at it and say that this was a very impressive defensive game for Lake Central. Holding them so far down 30 below their average. That is impressive, effective defense.
Yeah. Let's see if let's see how long Lake Central holds the ball here. Let's see if they try to take a last-second shot.
That'd be the smart thing to do. Definitely, you can hold the ball. Or if you find an open look like that.
Here we go, third quarter winding down. On the outside, she puts up a shot. It's no good. And the third quarter ends. Lake Central is up 40-21. Crown Point's going to need a great fourth quarter if they want a chance to try and win this game.
I mean, definitely. Lake Central is only about 8 points away from their season average. Well, again, I said this earlier. Crown Point is 30 away from their season average. Definitely, Crown Point just has not produced Lake Central has seen that, taken advantage, and has absolutely dominated this game. You know, it was close after the first quarter. I believe it was 12-10 in Lake Central's favor. But since then, you know, these two teams have gone in very different directions. Crown Point only scoring 11 since the end of that first quarter.
Well, student section is starting to really get into it here.
And I mean, their team has shown that they're the better team out there, and I feel like, you know, they deserve to really get into this game and be loud and be noisy, because their team has played well enough to reinforce that.
Well, the starting five for the beginning of this fourth quarter is going to be Rachel Warbarts, Sarah Zabrecki, Lauren Ladowski, number 14 Cheyenne Mathis, and Albrianna Gibbs. So Crown Point will get it to start the fourth quarter. You really just got to get something going here. Try and make this a game. Try to put up a fight against your rival.
I mean, yeah, Crown Point has a lot of ground to make up in this fourth quarter. And Lake Central, they just need to hold on. They need to, in my mind, burn as much of the clock as they can and still have decent offensive possessions, but play that same defense that they have been.
Phillips puts up a shot and she airballs it. Crown Point got it back though. It's a foul. She'll come to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
And we came into this game talking about Mia Scheidt, who had that absolutely incredible performance. 29 points against Highland. And Crown Point hasn't even been able to match that number in this game. You gotta think. This is a wake-up call for Crown Point.
Robarts will come out. Smolin comes into the game. And again, these last 7 minutes and 30 seconds are just about hanging on.
Yeah, definitely. It's a welcome sight for Crown Point, making free throws, getting more points on that board without having to waste any time.
Ladowski to Mathis. Trying to get it out, gets it to Ladowski, Zabrecki. Lake Central again trying to secure the perimeter, and Ladowski travels. And I really don't know what the ref called there.
I didn't see that at all. I thought Ladowski only took 1 step.
It seemed like she caught the ball and she called travel of the entire. Even players on Crown Point look very confused as to why that was called.
I mean, in basketball, if you catch the ball, you get what's called a gather step, which is a free step that doesn't count towards you traveling. That I'm baffled by that call, to be honest. I don't understand it. Ref saw something that we did, apparently.
Well, Scheidt will come to the line here.
Yeah, she's got to be the one to take over this game. Crown Point making good progress, but a player like Mia Scheidt, she has to be the one to lead that charge.
And when you're down 15 points, you really can't not miss free throws.
No, not at all.
If you want a chance to make a comeback, ball's loose. It's Ladowski.
Nice hustle play by Ladowski.
And a timeout by Coach Joe Huppendahl. Really, this timeout right here, you just got to calm down your players, tell them these last 6 minutes and 55 seconds, you just have to play strong defense. You cannot have a letdown.
Yeah. I mean, Huppendahl, I think what he has to say in this timeout is, I mean, these players, they've got this. They just need to hold on. You just got to encourage them and tell them that this game is theirs. Meanwhile, if you're Crown Point, you know, you gotta expect more out of your players. They have not played the way that they usually do.
Well, here we go. Number 14, Cheyenne Mathis will inbound this to Ladowski.
Ooh. Nifty crossover there by Ladowski.
Smolin to Zabrecki. Zabrecki takes a deep 3, and it's good. Lake Central takes an 18-point lead with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to play here.
And there was the future of Lady Indians basketball, Sarah Zabrecki. Absolutely.
You can make the argument that right now she is the present, and that she's going to be here for a long time, and they airball it. Crown Point trying to keep it in place. Smolin to Zabrecki, or excuse me, Ladowski.
Yeah, they had Zabrecki open there. I guess they just couldn't get it to her. But yeah, you could definitely make that argument. Zabrecki could be the present of Lake Central. That's impressive, especially since she's a freshman. Or sophomore, excuse me.
And Ledowski passes out to Gibbs. Zabrecki now on the outside. Cheyenne Mathis gives it back to Ledowski. And again, just trying to play the perimeter. And really at this point, you're really only going to take a shot if you have a good look at it.
Yeah.
Zabrecki inside to Smolin. Smolin puts it up, and it's good. Lake Central now has a 20-point lead.
I mean, Smolin, anytime she gets in that low post, that is a good look for her. She's able to just completely overpower those defenders and get whatever she wants in the paint.
It would really take an incredible run by Crown Point here to make this game close. It's Phillips for three, and she makes it. Timeout.
30-second timeout.
Yeah, Smolin averages just about 6.6 rebounds. And what's most intriguing about that is about 2.4 of those are offensive rebounds, which are, it's not easy to rebound the ball on offense. And so to have a very crucial stat like that in her favor, definitely promising sign for Smolin.
Well, the starting with a 5 on the floor here, it's going to be Smolin, Mathis, Sarah Zabrecki, and Albriana Gibbs. Excuse me, Taylor Dakchicks comes on here for Cheyenne Mathis.
I feel like this is the perfect time for Huppenthal to kind of use his bench, get those players some experience for real game time. I feel like.
Well, I like that mindset, except you cannot take your foot off the gas. There's still 4 minutes and 54 seconds left to play.
I mean, Crown Point really hasn't shown like they're ready to take this game over yet, though. So, I mean, well, I definitely agree. You cannot take your foot off the gas, especially as Crown Point just makes that shot there.
Well, it was just a 20-point game a minute ago.
Yeah.
Now, slowly but surely trying to crawl their way back into this.
Let's see how Lake Central answers back.
Here we go. Jaksic to Zabrecki. Zabrecki to Gibbs. Should be Kirkwood. Zabrecki now has on the outside. Smolin to Jaksic to Zabrecki. Inside of Ledowski. Ledowski open look, and she got it.
Wide open. Defenders had no idea where she was. That's a really impressive off-ball movement by Ledowski. Able to realize what the defense is doing and find a way to get around it.
Phillips for three. That one is no good. Really having a tough time shooting in this fourth quarter.
I mean, the amount of air balls, I mean, it's unlike anything I've ever seen, really. I've not witnessed that many air balls before.
And Kirkwood
really just can't seem to hit anything.
Oh, and this one's going to go off Crown Point. Lake Central will just have to inbound it again. Kirkwood almost didn't get it off in time. Zabrecki now to Ledowski. Jaksic, Ledowski, Zabrecki, Kirkwood.
She can take that.
Had an open look, decided not to take it.
Not really
in
known
favor of trying to chew more time off the clock.
Yeah, not really known for her three-point shooting. So it's an understandable decision not to take that one.
Kirkwood inside, and they leave her open again. And playing defense like that really is not going to get you back into this game.
It's going to kill you. You can't leave the best offensive player on Lake Central that wide open in the paint for an easy layup.
Not once, but twice. They've done that.
Not intelligent defense there by Crown Point.
I think at this point for Crown Point, maybe you just have to pack it in and say just move on to the next game.
I mean, yeah, you're down 18 by 3 points. Or 3 minutes, sorry. Down 18, 3 minutes left. At a certain point, you never hate to say that a game is over, especially when there's time still left on the clock, but you have to think for Crown Point that this is getting a little too out of control for them.
And let's see if Lake Central decides to put some of their bench players in.
I think that's the smart decision. You have this game under control. It doesn't look like Huppenthal's going that route, but getting your bench players that experience is crucial.
Here we go. Phillips is going to take it up. And right now it looks like maybe Crown Point just trying to end this game. Scheidt takes a shot, and it's no good.
Yeah, they're still playing aggressively, and I commend them for that. You know, they're not letting up, even though the scoreboard definitely is not in their favor. Time is definitely not in their favor, but.
Well, Lake Central just going to try and waste more time here. Keep the ball on the perimeter and only take shots that are open and reasonable. Here we go, Jaksic, Zilidowski. Kirkwood had a decent look, decides not to take it again. Second time she's done that. Here we go, Jaksic inside, and that's going to go to Crown Point.
You got to think Kirkwood either isn't confident in that shot, or maybe she's just trying to play the time. Show as much time off this clock as she can. Try to get this game over with quickly.
Well, the most important thing to do right now is just waste as much time as you can.
Yeah, you don't really need to score that much if you're up 18 with 2.5 minutes left. So, yeah, understandable. Lake Central really can just waste as much time as they need.
Almost turns it over. Taino on the outside. Only senior on this team to Santiago. Gives it to Scheidt, and Scheidt looks like she was fouled.
Oh, a little ticky-tack there. Not going to call it shooting, however, but these refs have made some questionable calls, but
well, none of them have cost Lake Central anything significant.
No. But you know, I'm not getting paid to ref games. I can't really talk.
Under 2 minutes left to play here. And you just got to keep the ball. And Zabrecki almost lost it. She's getting team.
Looks like they're almost triple teaming whoever has the ball.
She's trying to cause a turnover. Ladowski almost had it. And she'll come to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say now with 1:38 left on the clock, this game is pretty much over. I don't see a comeback in the foreseeable future for Crown Point.
Well, Lake Central, you know, they played well tonight. First quarter, they came out a little sloppy, but by the second, third, and especially the fourth quarter, they were just dominating this Crown Point team.
Definitely.
And if they can hang on here, this is definitely something to build on for them.
I mean, as you said, they started off sloppy. You know, they were only up 2 on Crown Point, who was just completely destroyed by turnovers. But they fixed what they needed to. They adjusted. They figured out what's going wrong, and they were able to pull this game out. Crown Point can't really say the same.
Well, Santiago will come to the line and shoot 2 free throws. First one's no good.
Looks like the second one is no good either. That's another big issue with Crown Point this game, at least. The free throw shooting just has not been there at all. And it's not like this team is necessarily a bad free throw shooting team by any means. Just interesting to see.
Sadowski on the outside to Kirkwood. And with the win here, Lake Central will have a 5-1 home record, and their overall record will improve to 9-4. Crown Point is going to fall to 6-7.
Definitely impressive season so far by Lake Central.
Ladowski fell on the ground hard. That looks like she's okay.
I mean, they had a few losses early in the season with that tournament that happened here, but since then, I mean, this is going to be, what, their 7th game won in a row now? Definitely.
6th game.
6th game. They are stepping up their play.
Well, here we go. Some of the young players now going to come in. Number 45, Allison Walarski. Number 23, Bailey Furman, the junior. Number 42, Aubrey Rouser. And number 11, Stephanie Dijak will come in.
Same scenario looks like for Crown Point, bringing in those younger players. It seemed like now that I think about it, the Crown Point starters, at least from my perspective, looked like they were in there most of the game. We saw players like Scheit, Van Deel, all those players. Played like they played the. At least it felt like they played.
Ladowski will come out. What an incredible night for her.
Yeah, definitely. She's shown that she is definitely the leader, both offensively and defensively, for this team.
Allison Malarski, the sophomore, will inbound this one. Here we go, Dolsky to Bailey Furman. Furman back to Dolsky. Furman inside to Malarski. Malarski is fouled on the way up, and she'll come up to shoot 2 free throws.
They're absolutely swarmed there in the paint. It's good to see. Crown Point, you know, this game will go down as a loss for them, but they're not giving up yet. They're still showing fight out there.
And she airballs this free throw.
She looks like she couldn't really believe that actually happened, but you know, it happens to the best of us sometimes.
Listen, you're up 19. It doesn't really matter, and she nails the second one.
She nails
Way
that
to keep
one.
her head up there. As number 20 for Crown Point, Katie Neal, the sophomore, getting some valuable seconds here.
Valuable seconds.
And she misses, and a block.
And a block.
And it's going to be a foul.
Yeah, I hope those Crown Point players can make the most out of those valuable seconds left, Giovanni. Lots of experience to be had in the final 9 seconds of the game.
Start 'em young. Number 12, Sydney Goodman on the outside, and Crown Point with another turnover.
What a shock.
Well, be sure to tune in tomorrow night for Lake Central boys basketball. It'll be against Andrea, and this game will end right here. Lake Central gets the W tonight against the rival Crown Point, 53-33. Game was played for a great cause. Be sure to tune in to the live stream tomorrow. Again, it's Hammond Morton coming to Lake Central. It's going to be the boys this time. Please tune in. I'm Giovanni Alcantara, play-by-play.
I'm Bailey Corbett with color.
We'll see you tomorrow night.